Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation. Today we're gonna talk about mental health, mental well-being, what influences our mental health and how we can improve it every single day. But first, please let me introduce myself. My name is Zuzana Pšenáková. I'm a sports psychologist and I work with professional athletes, with young athletes. I work with coaches, clubs and sport parents. Okay, so let's go into the presentation. As a first thing that I want you to do today is please just think about and really reflect on how you see mental health, how you see it in sport, and how you take care of your mental well-being. So please just pause the presentation for about 2 or 3 minutes and try to answer those questions. Okay, so once you've done your self-reflection work, I'm gonna introduce you to the topic of mental well-being. I prepared a few truths or myths about mental well-being, and I really want you to think about which kind of statements are true and which kind of statements are false. So let's start with the first one. Being tough means you can handle everything on your own. Do you think it's true or it's false? I think it's false. Being mentally tough means that you can rely on your environment, that you can seek for help, that you are not afraid to admit that you are struggling with something. I don't think that being mentally tough means that you have to handle everything on your own. Second one, our mental well-being is connected to our health and physical condition of your body. Do you think it's true or false? I think it's true. You can't separate body and mind, okay? It's connected, and how our body feels, it influences our mind, and how our mind feels, it influences our body and our physical health. Our brains are naturally wired to prioritize seeking happiness over detecting threats. Now, is this true or false? If you think it's false, then you are right. So our brains are wired to seek threats because that helped us survive in the past. So it's not natural for us to always be happy. It's also okay and it's natural for us to feel anxious, to feel stressed sometimes, because that's the way our brain is built. Okay, moving on to the next one. The brain responds to rejection from someone similarly to physical pain. Yes, the need to feel close to someone, the need to feel accepted, to feel loved, is the same kind of need as the need to eat, to drink, or to sleep. Okay, we are social creatures, and feeling rejected can be as painful as if our body is suffering. Okay, not being okay mentally increases the risk of injury. Do you think this statement is true or do you think it's false? It's true. It's because if we are not feeling okay mentally, then our focus is not as good. We are more tensed, and sometimes we don't put enough intensity into our duels, for example. Okay, so the risk of injury is higher when you are not feeling mentally okay. Okay, next one. Mental well-being is something that just happens on its own and we have no control over it. Do you think this is true or false? Well, I think it's false because I believe that we can work on our well-being. I believe that we can do stuff that will make us feel better, even though it's okay not to feel okay. Okay, but we do have control over it. Next one. Sleep has a stronger impact on our mental health than meditation. Do you think it's true or false? If you think it's true, then you are right. Sleep is a key ingredient to our mental well-being. Okay, if we don't have enough sleep, we're gonna talk about why, then we don't feel that good and it's gonna influence our mental well-being. All right, so I would be very interested how many you got right and what were the statements where you kind of thought something else. But we're gonna connect the dots a little bit, and we're gonna talk about mental well-being as the main kind of characteristics of mental well-being. So our mental well-being is connected to our physical condition, so we can't separate body and mind. It's affected by our thoughts, emotional regulation, and behavior. Mental well-being is about the ability to work with our emotions, not about suppressing them. So this is very, very important. Mental well-being affects the quality of our life and health, and it impacts the quality of our performance and training. Okay, so if we don't feel okay, we kind of lose focus, we don't put as much energy, we are tense, we are nervous, we are stressed, and it influences our performance. Now, what are the key factors that contribute to our well-being? I think it's 5, the most important factors. There are 5 of them. First one is physical activity. So if we have enough physical activity in our lives. Then if we have sleep, good sleep. Our nutrition, relationships, and our beliefs about ourselves, people around us, and the world. We're gonna kind of look into each one of them. So the first one, physical activity. Why is it important? It's interesting because physical activity is also one of the ways how to treat light to moderate depression. So sometimes it works as good as antidepressives when it's really light or moderate depression, because it decreases stress, it triggers the production of endorphins. Those are the happy hormones. So if we, after every single exercise, we usually feel good. Those are the endorphins that you feel. If we feel that we are fitter, if we feel that we are stronger, or we are capable to do more, it boosts our self-confidence. Physical activity also improves sleep, concentration, and performance, which is also very important. And as I stated, it can help to treat light to moderate depression. The World Health Organization recommends 60 minutes of daily activity with strength training 3 times a week, depending on the age that we have, but 3 times a week is a recommendation. Okay, moving on to the next one, sleep. Sleep is a key ingredient. If we don't have enough sleep, it can even kill us. It can lead to organ failure, because during sleep, when we are sleeping, we are processing everything toxic in our body, we are processing our emotional experiences, and we are secreting melatonin. Melatonin is the most powerful antioxidant. It has the strongest anti-cancer effect. Okay, so if we don't sleep enough, our body is not getting rid of the toxic stuff inside from the metabolism, but also from our emotional experiences, and it creates problem for our organs. Our sleep improves concentration and memory, and it is the best way for recovery in your sport when you are performing in sport. Okay, so if you want your muscles to recover and to grow, you need to get enough sleep, because the most of the process is done when we are sleeping. Again, the recommendation is to have 8 to 10 hours of sleep every single day at a consistent time, which means that you wake up at the same hour and you kind of go to sleep at the same hour. The third factor that contributes to our mental health is nutrition. Why is it so important? The greatest innervation that occurs in our body is between the gut and the brain. It's called the vagus nerve, which means that the brain and the gut communicate each way. The important thing is that the gut produces 90% of serotonin that is produced in our body. Again, serotonin is the happy hormone. So if we don't have healthy gut, it can contribute to mental issues like anxiety, depression, and etc. And that's why we need to take care of what we eat. What I really recommend is to eat lots of fiber and fermented foods, because they serve as nutrition for the microbiome that we have inside our gut. Also very important, our brain functions on fats, so please don't take out fats out of your diet. It needs to be healthy fats, but our brain needs fats to function well. And again, doctors don't really recommend having strict diets. They usually recommend to have balanced diet with regular eating times during our day. Okay, the fourth key factor that contribute to our well-being is relationships. And why is it like that? The quality of our relationships, there have been many studies, and they found that the quality of our relationship is a stronger predictor of happiness and health than IQ, wealth, or our achievements, our success. Okay, we are social creatures, and when we interact, and when we have close interaction between with someone else, it triggers oxytocin, which is like love hormone, and it reduces cortisol levels, so it reduces stress in our body. Our relationships, especially in our early development when we are young, shape our self-image, so how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive our birth in the world. And it means that being lonely or not being accepted is as harmful to health as smoking or obesity. Okay, it's very important for us to have healthy relationships. And I know it can be challenging sometimes, but investing and taking care of your relationship is really worth it. The fifth factor that we need to talk about is our beliefs about us, our self-worth, people around us, and the world. Now, these beliefs are usually shaped by others in the early stage of development, and there could be a whole presentation about how our beliefs affect us. But I just want you to kind of think about what the beliefs are, and I put 5 examples. So the belief of if I'm good enough, if I'm worthy of love, if I'm okay the way I am, if the world is a safe place, and if others are safe or they are dangerous for me, they're harmful. If you want to look into your beliefs a little bit more, try to look at these 5, try to kind of reflect on how you perceive these 5 beliefs, and reflect on whether they are realistic, okay? Because when we have beliefs, they are very often shaped unrealistically, very often shaped negatively, and it's a problem, because then that's the way we look at ourselves, that's the way we treat ourselves, or that's the way we look at the world around us. All right, so we kind of covered the 5 most important factors that contribute to our health. It was physical activity, sleep, nutrition, relationships, and our beliefs. And now I have 10 tips for you that you can use for your daily life that should improve your mental health. So the first one, take care of your nutrition, sleep, exercise, and relationships. So the way we talked about the 5 factors, maybe pick one and see if you live by what I described. And if not, try to make some changes in your lifestyle. Tip number 2, build a growth mindset, which means that try to look at everything you do as a way of, that you can grow, that you can learn, because there is growth mindset and there is fixed mindset. Fixed mindset means that I believe that my skills and my talents cannot be developed, that it's done. So I'm not good at maths and nothing's gonna change it. But people with growth mindset believe that if they work, if they put enough time and effort into something, they will learn and they will improve. Okay, so try to look at everything you learn as something that can be done if you develop enough, if you put enough effort and time. Tip number 3, cherish daily achievements and progress. It's kind of connected to the growth mindset. So every time you lie into your bed in the evening, try to think about what you are proud of today, what did you progress in, or what was the achievement, or maybe what you are just thankful for today. Okay, it's gonna shape your way of thinking about yourself and about your life. Tip number 4, always reflect on your emotions, don't suppress them. And how to do it? First of all, when you are not feeling okay or you feel some kind of emotion, try to name the emotion. Try to think about what is your emotion trying to tell you. It usually kind of is trying to tell us that one of our needs is not fulfilled. So try to think about what kind of need needs to be fulfilled. Express it and take care of yourself. So what do you need to do right now when you feel the emotion, and try to do it. Tip number 5, be kind to yourself. And I feel like this is a very important one, because sports is a very performance-oriented environment, and being kind, being sympathetic, being empathetic to yourself, I think it's very important, because it builds your relationship with yourself, which is, by the way, the most important relationship that you have. Okay, so try to balance critics and praise when you are evaluating yourself, and try to really put yourself on the first place. Tip number 6, get out of your comfort zone. So don't stay in your comfort zone, because it's not gonna help you improve, and it's not gonna help you become more resilient. We are becoming more resilient when we face some challenges. So try to keep balance between being in comfort zone and being out of your comfort zone. Tip number 7, learn to set boundaries, whether it's physical, whether it's work boundaries, whether it's relationship boundaries, whatever. Learn to reflect on what's enough for you, what are the boundaries, recognize your boundary, communicate your boundary, and really try to establish consequences. So for example, in a relationship, try to communicate that this is what you need, and if it's not going to be fulfilled, then I'm going to do this, and this. Tip number 8, start keeping a gratitude journal. Now, gratitude is a great way of how to release stress, how to maybe shape your mindset in a positive way. So every single time, again, when you lie into bed, try to think about 1 or 2 things that you are grateful for during your day or in your life. Tip number 9, seek help if it's necessary, whether it's psychologists, psychiatrists, or just friends and family. It's better to share your emotions. It's better not to go through everything alone. You know, having someone by your side or someone who you can just talk to will go a long way. Tip number 10, invest in building your relationships, because it's the strongest predictor of happiness and health in future, in the long term. So we are coming to the end of the presentation. So please let me thank you for your attention. I hope it was inspiring for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again.